We're just standing at the base of the Hellinikon structure pyramid, some people say, near Argos in Greece. There's been quite a lot of research done on it. Some people believe it's 4th century BC, but I'm utterly blown away by this. This is really quite something. You can see one of the walls here is sort of mixed with the bedrock and the polygonal walls combined. It's pretty impressive. Not very big. It's got quite a small footprint, but it sits within this beautiful valley, and you can see the sloping angle on the pyramid there. This really is quite interesting. I think they've spotted something, but you can see the beautiful shaping of the stones. It's amazing, isn't it?
You seen the hole?
What you got there? Oh yeah.
It goes all the way through to the other side.
All right, so Cameron's just pointed this out. It seems to go all the way through. Oops. Interesting. Now look at the shape of some of these. I mean, you could say it's kind of rough hewn, it's got a cyclopean kind of vibe to it, but actually it's still quite difficult to do. You're creating a pyramid kind of shape structure all over here. This is actually where you go inside the actual, it goes through this Mycenaean style doorway. Actually going inside the structure. It is pretty amazing. You can see that here, the interior of this so-called pyramid. So actually inside the famous pyramid near Argos in Greece. Now, this to me looks like the same construction style as the polygonal and cyclopean walls of ancient Italy. So could this be a Pelasgian structure? And could this have actually influenced the polygonal pyramid casing stones on 2 of the pyramids, not the Great Pyramid, on the Giza Plateau? So this is absolutely amazing, and you can just see behind me the stonework here. On the outside it's even bigger and more impressive. And you can see the slope of it on this side. So, you know, is this a pyramid? Is this designed as a pyramid structure? Or is it like a tower? Did it have a pointed top like a pyramid? What is the answer here? So we're going to look more into this when we come back. We're going to do some research, then pop back here and see if we can point out any more anomalies here. And I'm taking a note of the GPS to see if there's a geodetic connection here with other sites in the area. There were said to be 16 pyramids in ancient Greece, and they were said to be built by Danaus, who built Argos, a site named Larissa. And although that got fortified several times, it's known that he may have been involved, or these people may have been involved, in creating these pyramids. 3 of them are famous. We have the Hellinikon one here, which is near Kephaleri in Argos. And we also have the Pyramid of Liguria near Epidaurus, which we went to. And there's also a Pyramid of Campia near New Epidaurus, which we're not sure if we've seen that one, but we may have found another one near Fici. Others have been destroyed, but we have pictorial evidence of some of these other pyramids. The pyramids of Dalamanara and Sicyon near Argos were also once in existence, but they've now been destroyed. And Pausanias recounts the tradition that the pyramid of Dalamanara was built by Proteus and Acrisius, great grandsons of Danaus, and so we have these legendary connections with these ancient pyramids. The pyramid of Hellinikon is the largest one and the best preserved one. You can see that right behind me here, and it was determined to be 2720 BC. By thermoluminescence dating, which is a reasonable date because it fits in with the traditions and the stories of Danaus and others, and the Pelasgians, of course. And it stands on the ancient road between Argos and Tegea. And the Cyclopean structure, which you can see here, is 14.7 meters on the west side and 12.58 meters on the north, 8.62 on the east and 8.61 on the south side. And it's currently only 3.5 meters tall, but it would have been much, much taller. The entrance is up to 9 feet tall, 3 or 4 meters tall. So we don't really know the purpose of these pyramids, but some people say they're towers. That's the name given on the maps, and they were for heroes, warriors, and guard quarters, or even signal towers. They could have acted like Narages from ancient Sardinia. On one of the pyramids, they found, the tradition states at least, they found a whole load of shields when they were celebrating winning of a local war that took place many thousands of years ago. So the use of these pyramids is really one of the big questions. People believe, generally it's traditionally believed that these were probably signal towers on ancient roads, or they could have been watchtowers, but we saw the tower or the pyramid near Mycenae, and it could have been astronomically aligned with Mycenae itself towards the setting sun around the equinox time. And it could have been the same thing here. This could be a marker for some of the structures that are probably up in the hills nearby. And also it could be a geodetic marker as well, and I feel these pyramid structures are marking specific spots on the landscape and on the world. So this is the interior of the pyramid of Hellinikon. Absolutely amazing. You can see the vaulted arched doorway there. That's pretty impressive in its own right, with a little passage coming down here. Would have been quite a tall structure if you look at the angle of the whole thing. Would have been probably like, what, 30 feet tall. We could probably work it out. It's kind of on bedrock here. And even down here we have some kind of megalithic bowl. So whether this was some kind of sacred libation table here at Hellinikon, we don't know, and that's just the remains of it. And we have the doorway with beautifully cut shaped stones. It's kind of badly weathered. It's going to be partial reconstruction here, but very interesting site, and this would have been amazing in its pristine new state. But it is polygonal. We have to, it is a polygonal structure. There is that kind of quality of stonework here, which is the same as we find all over Greece and Italy. And the tradition states it was, linked with 15 other pyramids in the area. We must remember that the time this was built, if the thermoluminescence is correct, 2720 BC, just before that, Tiryns, the first 28-meter wide circular structure on Tiryns, was also being constructed. And so we have these connections here, and the fact that it looks so much like the walls and the structures we find in Italy, we have to find this connection with the Pelasgians, and the Danaids and the Danaus and so forth may have been part of this, along with the Pelasgians, who were here first and then moved around the Mediterranean and into Italy to build the sites there. you.